There's no shortcut to becoming a great trader. None. And every single consistently profitable trader you admire has walked through the same valley of pain that you're in right now. Here's what nobody tells you when you start trading. The struggle isn't a sign you're doing it wrong. The struggle is the path. It's not something to avoid, it's something to embrace. Because on the other side of that struggle is mastery. Let me tell you something you need to hear. If you're struggling right now, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Every great trader has been where you are, confused, frustrated, losing money, questioning everything. The difference between those who made it and those who quit? The ones who made it kept walking through the fire. They understood the struggle was teaching them something they couldn't learn any other way. The first struggle is the illusion of simplicity. When you start trading, it looks easy. Draw some lines, find a pattern, buy or sell, make money. Simple, right? Then you place your first trades, and suddenly nothing is simple. The pattern you learned fails. The support breaks. The resistance doesn't hold. You're stopped out repeatedly. You start asking yourself, what am I missing? This is the first struggle. Realizing trading isn't simple. It's complex, nuanced, and layered with variables you didn't know existed. Most people quit here. They decide trading is too hard or too random. They blame the market for being unpredictable. But the great traders, they lean in. They accept complexity. They start studying deeper. They realize the simplicity they saw was surface-level illusion. Real trading exists in understanding the layers beneath. This struggle transforms you from a naive beginner to a serious student. The second struggle is financial pain. Let's be honest, you're gonna lose money, a lot of money. Every great trader has blown up an account or suffered significant losses. This isn't failure, it's tuition. The market charges tuition, and there's no way to graduate without paying it. The question is how you pay it. Some traders blow up recklessly and learn nothing. They make the same mistakes repeatedly until they quit. Other traders treat every loss as education. They journal, they analyze, they figure out what went wrong and adjust. They pay their tuition consciously and extract every lesson. This struggle, the financial pain, is where your relationship with money gets tested. Can you lose $500 and come back rational? Can you lose $5,000 and not revenge trade? Can you accept that losses are part of the process without letting them define you? The traders who can't handle financial pain quit. The traders who can evolve. They develop the emotional scar tissue needed to handle risk. The third struggle is psychological warfare. Trading exposes every psychological flaw you have. Your fear, your greed, your ego, your impatience, your need for control. All of it surfaces in trading, and it will destroy you until you deal with it. You'll make a great trade, get cocky, and then lose it all in the next one because your ego took over. You'll have 3 losses in a row, and suddenly you're too scared to take the next trade, even though it's perfect. You'll watch a trade run without you, and FOMO will push you to enter at the worst possible moment. This psychological struggle is the hardest part of trading, because you're not just fighting the market, you're fighting yourself. Most traders never win this battle. They keep making the same emotional mistakes forever. They know what they should do, they just can't do it. The great traders? They do the inner work. They face their demons. They go to therapy. They meditate. They journal relentlessly. They identify their triggers and build systems to manage them. They transform their psychology from liability to asset. This struggle never fully ends, but you learn to manage it, and that management is what separates amateurs from professionals. The fourth struggle is isolation and doubt. Trading is lonely. You sit alone making decisions. When you lose alone. When you win, there's nobody there who truly understands. Your family doesn't get it, your friends don't get it. They see you staring at screens and think you're gambling. When you try to explain, their eyes glaze over. And on top of the isolation, there's constant doubt. Am I doing this right? Is my strategy broken? Should I switch systems? Am I just not cut out for this? Every trader goes through periods where they question everything, where they wonder if they're wasting their time,
where quitting seems like the rational choice. This is the struggle of faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your process, faith that if you keep going, it will click. Most traders can't handle this isolation and doubt. They need external validation. They need community and certainty. When they don't get it, they quit. The great traders, they become comfortable with uncertainty. They learn to trust themselves. They build conviction through evidence and process. They stop seeking external validation and start creating internal certainty. This struggle teaches self-reliance, and self-reliance is essential for trading success. The fifth struggle is identity death. Here's something nobody talks about. To become a great trader, you have to kill parts of your identity. Maybe you've always been someone who works hard for results. Trading forces you to redefine hard work. Maybe you've always been someone who's naturally good at things. Trading will humble you repeatedly. Maybe you've always valued being right. Trading forces you to value being profitable over being right. These identity shifts are painful. Your ego resists. Your self-image fights back. You want to hold on to who you've always been, but trading demands evolution. It demands you become someone different, someone more disciplined, more patient, more humble. The traders who can't let go of their old identity never evolve. They keep trying to force their personality onto trading, and trading breaks them. The great traders, they embrace transformation. They're willing to become whoever they need to be to succeed. They shed their ego. They abandon their need to be right. They redefine their work ethic. This struggle of identity death creates space for rebirth as a trader. The sixth struggle is the plateau of despair. There's a phase every trader hits. You've been learning for months. You've lost money. You've done the work. And you're still not consistently profitable. You're stuck. You understand the concepts but can't execute consistently. You know what to do but can't seem to do it. This plateau is soul-crushing. You feel like you're spinning your wheels, like you're working hard but going nowhere. You see others progressing and wonder why you're stuck. This is the plateau of despair. And it's where most traders quit, right before the breakthrough. They've paid their tuition, they've done the work, but they quit 6 inches from gold. The great traders, they push through. They trust the process. They keep showing up even when progress is invisible. And eventually, something clicks. Suddenly, what was hard becomes natural. What was confusing becomes clear. They break through the plateau and everything accelerates. But you only get there by refusing to quit during the despair. The seventh struggle is sustainable consistency. Even after you become profitable, there's another struggle: maintaining it. You'll have a great month, then a terrible month. You'll think you figured it out, then hit a losing streak that shakes your confidence. Sustainable consistency is harder than initial profitability, because now you have something to lose.
Now your ego is invested in being a profitable trader. Now you face new psychological challenges. This is where many traders self-sabotage. They get profitable, then blow up because they can't handle success. They get overconfident and take excessive risk. They relax their discipline because they've made it. The great traders understand that success is never final. They stay humble. They stay disciplined. They treat every trade like they're still learning. This struggle of maintaining success separates the flash in the pan from the long-term professional. Why the struggle matters. Here's the thing about struggle. It's not punishment. It's preparation. Every struggle teaches you something essential. The complexity struggle teaches you depth. The financial struggle teaches you risk management. The psychological struggle teaches you self-mastery. The isolation struggle teaches you self-reliance. The identity struggle teaches you adaptability. The plateau struggle teaches you perseverance. The consistency struggle teaches you humility. You can't skip these lessons. You can't hack your way around them. Every great trader has walked this path. Some faster than others, some with more pain than others, but everyone walks it. The struggle is the curriculum, and graduation happens when you've learned what it has to teach. Embracing your struggle. So if you're in the struggle right now, here's what you need to do. First, stop fighting it. Stop wishing it was easier. Stop looking for the shortcut that doesn't exist. Accept that this is the path. Second, extract the lessons. What is this struggle trying to teach you? Journal about it, reflect on it, find the lesson, and integrate it. Third, trust the process. Every trader before you walked this path. You're not special. You're not uniquely cursed. You're in the normal progression of skill development. Fourth, keep showing up. The only way through the struggle is through, not around, not over, through. Show up every day, do the work, follow your process, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Fifth, find evidence of progress. You are improving, even when it doesn't feel like it. Look back at where you were 6 months ago. You know more. You execute better. You understand deeper. Progress is happening even in the struggle. The traders who make it. Let me tell you who makes it through the struggle. Not the smartest people, not the most talented, not the ones with the most capital. The ones who refuse to quit. The ones who embrace discomfort. The ones who learn from pain. The ones who trust the process. The ones who stay humble. The ones who do the inner work. These are the traders who emerge on the other side, transformed, skilled, consistent, profitable. And when you talk to them, they'll tell you the same thing. The struggle was worth it. The pain taught them. The losses shaped them. The doubt strengthened them. They wouldn't skip it even if they could, because the struggle made them who they are. So here's the truth. You're going to struggle. You're already struggling. And you'll struggle more before you break through. This isn't a warning. It's a promise. And it's the best news you could hear. Because now you know the struggle isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign you're on the right path. Every great trader has walked where you're walking right now. Keep walking. The breakthrough is coming.